I'm not saying DeWALT is a piece of junk. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you tighten it up against that fence, what happens is this slides up underneath here. See how it slides up underneath there? Because there's slop in there. And then you don't get an accurate cut. Then it gets all on an angle and all kinds of crazy shit. So the shoe's gonna modify it. Pretty much gotta modify everything. Really? And I know this is gonna be an all-day event. I know it is. The first step is, there's some light on for you. Right there. Take these two Allen bolts out so it allows this mechanism to come off. So I can slide that back so I can put a washer or something in there so I don't get slop. Here we go. Everybody's bought a pair of these cheap things. And everybody knows, and I know before somebody says it, and I know they're only trying to help, is that once you pull that ring off, never reuse it because you stress it out. I understand that, but I have reused them. But my point being is, if you know anything about DeWALT, you know where they're made and they're low quality, okay? So what happens is when I put that washer in there, and it's getting blurry as hell, see the slot? It slides out of the slot because there's so much tension when this gets in between here. That's why they put so much slop in there. So it won't put no pressure on that. I don't recommend doing this, but this is my tool, so you know me, I'll modify anything. It's just the way it is. Now, in all fairness, I shouldn't say DeWALT is junk. I mean, this is a 14-inch cutoff chop saw. It's like 209 bucks. I ended up getting it as a display model, brand new, for like 100 bucks out the door. My point being is, it's like paint jobs that I do. For me to say this is low quality, that is fair to say, but it's not fair to say that all DeWALT is junk. Because I know Turbo Cobra, he had this same chop saw, and he went out and bought one that runs at 1300 RPM, and this runs at 4800 RPM. He had this, sold it, and bought a higher grade one. You go from $209 to what I've seen what he bought was like 460 bucks. Now, everybody knows you get what you pay for, so I shouldn't sit here and say DeWALT's junk, because it's kind of like if somebody sees my hoopty paint jobs that they only paid me 400 bucks to shoot the front end, and they judge me on that. I'm not going to put my whole effort into 400 bucks. No. If you want to give me 4 to 8 grand, fuck, I'll make it fabulous. I'll make it to the best of my ability. You know, these are just, in my eyes, I bought this tool, and they probably consider what I do, which I don't consider it, industrial. Industrial means to me you use it every day. You know, 5 days a week. It's a tool that gets used 8 hours a day. This tool doesn't get used 8 hours a day. But they would say this tool is for a hobbyist. I guess the hobbyist cuts, I don't know what he cuts. He cuts minimal stuff, and it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. No. It ain't no different than this. Man, would I love to have a Beverly shear? Oh yes. I would love to have a Beverly shear. They're just nicer. I look at them and they're just quality. This, I hope it lasts my lifetime. I don't care about what somebody else's lifetime. I don't care about that. I just care about my lifetime. Case in point. Basically what I'm saying is by adding that washer right there to fill up the gap so this won't lift, so angle iron can't slide underneath it, what happens is this is lifting up and it's going to pop off. So like I said, I don't recommend this, but Shoe is going to do this. It's my solution to everything. Just weld it.
Don't eat my sandwich.
Somebody's asking my plasma cutter is thermodynamics. I never had a problem with it. This is what I meant by a fence. This is what I figured out once your tip is wore down. Here your tip is not wore down, so you can't use this. You can, but it is at an angle. So if I have to, I can use this as a guide. Or I just used the old one and I figured it out. I can't remember, it's 3/16. I don't know what it is for sure. But it'll let me ride right along it without tilting one way or the other. It's funny how did they back in the day build more precise tools when they didn't have tools? Okay, the first time somebody made a lathe, what tools did they make to make a lathe? Because the lathe is precise. What other tools do they have? Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. Oh, where's my other glove? Hello. Yeah, I have welding gloves. I don't use them. They're too bulky. The more consistent you are, the more cleaner cut you have. Not that I'm Johnny Professional. You just got to be consistent. Keep it flowing.
Don't eat my sandwich.
And I found once I cut something with a plasma cutter, it doesn't generate a lot of heat like a torch, but if I unclamp this right now and don't let it cool down, the heat will make it want to twist and warp. Trust me. You gotta have patience, and I don't have a whole lot of it because I got things to do, places to go, people to see.
Don't eat my sandwich.
Anybody that's ever cut angle iron and square stock knows that the inside is never square. Never. See, get some light on for you. Really? The light just wants to go out? Hello. So you gotta square it yourself.
Don't eat my sandwich.
This is what I mean by a fence. I use this as a fence, and once I put the plasma cut up there, it'll line right up with that. The distance of that brass copper, the brass on that. people. I swear whenever I cut something, I always need a fence 50 miles long and I never have it, so I figured, got sidetracked and made that fence so I can take it off. Now, yeah, I need to get back to that. I haven't touched that in a day or two. And it's time to do the snow blow effect. But it's coming. I'll snow blow and then yeah. I'm gonna wait on that because I need to get back on a chop because well, I got a car that wants to come this weekend, and yeah, anyway, piece of something. Everybody's got to get paid somewhere down the line. This is just why I put that washer and welded it, because what used to happen is it would slide underneath there, especially when I was trying to, let me turn some light on for you, especially when I was trying to cut stock like that when it's not flat. What would happen is one side would be off just a little bit. Now, before anybody says it, I'll say it, and you're right, is that when you have these blades that I got that wear down, what good is the fence after a point? It's true. Now, that chop saw runs at 4,800 RPM. A real expensive chop saw runs at, I want to say 1,300 or 1,800, don't quote me on this, RPM. And a 14-inch metal blade, whatever blade that's called, I don't know. A metal blade, you know, a metal blade. They're over $100, trust me. The cheapest one, because I just ordered it. That blade is only rated at 1,800 or 1,300 RPMs. I'm gonna put it on that chop saw. I know better, because that chop saw runs at 4,800 RPMs. What's gonna happen? I don't know. I know better. I've been told by one person that it's not a good idea, but I've seen it done by another person that has a chop saw with a metal blade, and it worked for him. Guess we're gonna find out. You know, some of them chop saw blade 14-inch with a 1-inch arbor, they're about, they can get up to $200. I got a Diablo blade. I don't even know who makes it. I got it for $119 off Amazon. It should be here in a couple days, and I'll do a review how it works. Do I know better? Yeah, I do, but I try to work with what I have. Kids, don't try this at home, because it's not a really good idea, trust me. Hello! This is why some of the simplest things take so long. You take that, you put that up there, then you gotta hack that back. On both sides, you gotta eyeball it. Hello, with no light. Turn some light on for you. See where that line is? Basically gotta hack it. Keep fitting it so that will be that will be so that will be level with that, instead of just putting all filler in. Really? Wow. Wow. Now here's a universal tripod stand. Turn some light on for you. Come on, there you go. It will twist and hook on anything. But they won't come up with, I swear.